Hi, my name is Jim Jackmard. I want to thank you for your purchase of one of the CA Technologies Air-Assist Airless pumps. Air-Assist Airless technology incorporates three different technologies. Airless spray, which gives you the speed, air spray, which gives you very good quality, and HVLP, which gives you very good transfer efficiency. It's basically faster, better, and cheaper. So it's a great technology. You're going to be very happy with it. The purpose of the video is to give you a good resource when setting up, spraying with, and maintaining the Air-Assist Airless unit. Cliff will demonstrate the difference between the Bobcat and the Cougar Air-Assist Airless guns. He'll also go through the initial setup of all the equipment right out of the box. He's going to go over some very important safety precautions. Cliff will also demonstrate how easy it is to set up air and fluid pressures for any material being sprayed. He'll go over some daily maintenance, flush and shutdown, and some basic troubleshooting. But thank you very much for your purchase, and good luck.
Hello, I'm Cliff Little with CA Technologies. I'm the Senior Tech Rep. And as Jim pointed out in his introduction, what we're going to cover is the 8 critical aspects of the Air-Assist Airless, starting out with the opening of the box all the way through shutdown and cleanup. All right, the CA Technologies Air-Assist Airless units come in a variety of different styles: cart mount, wall mount, 5 and 55 gallon cover mounts. And no matter what style that you may have, the air motor and fluid section are identical, including the Bobcat and the Cougar outfits. The pumps themselves on the air motors are 14 to 1, which for every 1 pound of air pressure you put to the pump, you get 14 pounds of fluid pressure. Maximum pressure of the pump is 1500 psi, but your actual spraying range is going to be between 400 and 650 psi. The Bobcat gun is our more ergonomic, lightweight gun. It fits the hand a lot better, and over long periods of spraying creates less fatigue. The Cougar gun is our fuller body gun. It's a little bit heavier gun. A lot of guys like this gun because of the full-size gun handle. If you have large hands, it really fits the hand a lot better. Another difference between the two is going to be in the hose assemblies. The Bobcat outfit comes with a yellow 1/8 inch fluid hose and 1/4 inch air hose. The 1/4 inch air hose on the Bobcat is going to have 2 different fittings on it. One of them is going to be a 3/8 fitting for the atomizing air outlet, and 1/4 inch fitting to screw up onto the gun handle air inlet. On the Cougar outfit, we use a 3/16 blue fluid hose. Also, we use a 1/4 inch red air hose. The connections on the ends of the air hoses are the same on the Cougar outfit. Within this package, in the gun box, we include several different items. One of the first items you'll find in the box is going to be our tip gaskets. These tip gaskets, we include 5 because it's very easy to lose one, and it's very important that you have the tip gaskets. The second item that we're going to include in the package is going to be what we call our universal wrench. The universal wrench is used to take apart certain parts of the gun for maintenance use. It'll fit in a lot of the different parts on the gun, side port assemblies and such. The third item that we include is what we call our pen wrench. The pen wrench is used to loosen the solvent cup on the pump assembly so you can break it down to do your general maintenance, repack, rebuild, and repair work. The third item that we include in the box is going to be the brush. The brush is used for general maintenance cleaning on the gun and on the pump itself. Also included in the package is what we call our throat lubricant. The throat lubricant is used in the solvent cup to keep any material from hardening and drying on the pump rod, causing damage to the upper seal assembly. Also included in the package with the Bobcat and the Cougar is the air cap tip and air cap retainer assembly. This is the air cap right here. We have the air cap retainer, and we have the tip assembly. Inside the tip assembly, you'll have an O-ring included. Also included is our standard 3/8 pickup assembly. The 3/8 is standard for use with the 3/8 siphon assembly, which is used for thinner materials such as your lacquers and general top coats. Optional is if you order the package with the 1/2 inch inlet. The 1/2 inch comes with the 1/2 inch pickup tube and is used for heavier materials such as primers and paints. Also included are your part sheets. There's a part sheet for the Bobcat and a part sheet for the Cougar. Make sure you read and understand these part sheets before you operate the equipment. And if there's any questions on any aspect of the part sheet, especially safety or maintenance or setup, make sure you call Cat or talk to your supervisor. In this segment of the video, we're going to cover important safety information that you need to know before operating the AirAssist Airless equipment. One of the first items we're going to discuss is fluid injection hazards. Fluid injection can occur when you put material to a small orifice at high pressures. The AirAssist Airless operates between 400 and 1500 psi. So anytime when you're handling the gun, you don't want to point it at any part of your body or at anybody else or have your hands or fingers in front. Anytime you have to do maintenance or do any work on the gun, you always want to set the safety. On the Bobcat gun, the safety is done by a pin that holds the trigger, keeps the trigger from being pulled. Push the pin in and it reactivates the trigger. So anytime you're doing maintenance work on the tip, you want to push the trigger forward and make sure that you can't pull the trigger. On the Cougar gun, the fluid control knob is the safety. By turning this knob all the way in, it prevents you from being able to pull the trigger all the way back and causing any fluid to come through the gun. Another important safety aspect to AirAssist Airless is a fire and explosion hazard. Anytime you put material high pressure to a small orifice, such as the tip, you get friction. That friction can cause static electricity. So we've incorporated into the pump to help reduce static electricity is a ground wire. The ground wire is attached to the air motor, which needs to be attached to a good ground. You need a really good electrician to make sure that you have a good earth ground. Second of all, from our hose where it hooks up to the gun, there's a ground wire that takes it back to the pump. So it pulls the static charge away from the gun itself. But always when you're flushing through the system, you take the tip out. You want to make sure that the device you're flushing into is grounded, and you want to make sure you're grounded and bonded to that device as you flush the system out. When you get done flushing out the system, then you can return the tip back to the gun and place the gun away for safekeeping. We're going to cover a few of the general safety items that you need to be aware of. First off, you don't want to exceed 1500 psi on the pump or 107 pounds shown on the regulator. You do not want to modify any of the equipment or use any substitute parts. You always want to relieve the pressure to 0 on the regulator and relieve the pressure on the system before you do any work on the fluid section or air motor. You also want to make sure that all the connections are tight, the fluid connections to the fluid section and to the gun fluid inlet. And anytime you spray, you always want to spray in a well-ventilated area. When you spray, you're going to give off toxic fumes, which can be a serious health hazard. And that's why we have these other options that you can use. One is dust mask for spraying waterborne materials, twin cartridge organic charcoal filter for doing solvent-based coatings. It's always good to wear protective clothing over your clothing to protect you from the overspray. Safety glasses are always a must when you're spraying. And also wearing gloves to prevent any materials from being absorbed through your fingers. You always want to read all safety MSDS sheets and information data sheets on the materials that you're spraying. In conclusion to the safety aspects, we just want you to keep in mind that if you do happen to get an injection injury, you want to seek medical attention right away. And you want to make sure you tell the medical professionals the product that you're spraying and the type of equipment that you're spraying with. In this case, it would be AirAssist Airless. Also, if you have any questions as far as any of the safety aspects, you must read and study our owner's manuals for the pumps. Inside of here, there's a comprehensive safety warning sheet. And if there's any part of this that you don't understand, either talk to your supervisor or call us at CA Technologies.